So, you're planning a trip to Las Vegas in 2025? Well, you need to know one thing. The city is right in the middle of one of the biggest shakeups in its entire history. Seriously. From the skyline to the steakhouses, everything is changing. Okay, let's dive into this guide and help you figure out the new Vegas.
We're going to break this all down into four key parts. First up, we'll look at the absolutely wild construction that's reshaping the skyline. Then we'll get practical and help you tackle the huge decision of where to actually stay. After that, we'll dig into how the food scene is totally evolving. And finally, we'll jump into the big debates that are really shaping the city's future.
You know, the first thing you're going to notice when you get to Vegas right now is just the sheer scale of the change. We're talking iconic landmarks literally disappearing and massive new projects just rising up out of the desert dust. It's a level of construction we haven't seen in a long time, and it's completely changing the look and the feel of the Strip. And this really is the central question for anyone visiting, right? The comfortable, familiar Vegas, well, a lot of it is being torn down and rebuilt. And what's taking its place isn't just new hotels, it's a completely different idea of what a Vegas trip is supposed to be. The only thing that's constant on the Strip right now is change. To really get a sense of the scale we're talking about, just look at this number. $1.75 billion. That's the mind-boggling price tag for the new A's baseball park, which is going to go right where the old Tropicana stood. It's a huge investment and a really clear sign that the city is betting big on becoming a major sports town.
And this isn't some far-off dream either. The ball is already rolling. They're slated to start prepping the site by the middle of 2025, and then it's about 33 months of construction. The target? To be ready for opening day in 2028, adding what will be the smallest, most intimate ballpark in Major League Baseball right to the Vegas skyline. And this perfectly captures the shift in philosophy that's happening. We are trading a free, classic Vegas spectacle, the Mirage Volcano, which is now literally just a pile of dirt, for a massive 660-foot-tall guitar-shaped hotel tower. It's a huge move away from that free sidewalk entertainment and toward these big resort-focused attractions you have to be a part of.
And this wave of change isn't just one or two mega projects. It's happening everywhere, at every single price point. So while the Tropicana comes down for the ballpark, you've got luxury icons like Encore and Venetian pouring tons of money into complete room remodels for 2025. At the same time, the off-strip Rio is in the middle of a massive $350 million facelift, and even the classic El Cortez downtown is wrapping up a $20 million upgrade. It just goes to show you, from the high-end Strip all the way to historic Fremont Street, no corner of the city is being left untouched.
So with everything in motion, the simple question of where should I stay has gotten way more complicated. To help you cut through all the noise of the renovations, the rebrands, and all the new options, we put together a simple little framework to help you pick the right home base for your trip. Let's try and break it down into four simple tiers. If you're going for pure luxury, a place like the Palazzo delivers that all-suite elegance. Your room isn't just a place to sleep, it's a huge part of the experience. Now, if you step down into the mid-range, you find this amazing sweet spot of value at places like Mandalay Bay, where the amenities are totally world-class, but you don't have that center strip price tag. On a budget? You don't have to sacrifice fun. The Luxor has that iconic theme, and it gives you that classic Vegas vibe for a great price. And hey, if you're all about that nonstop party energy, a downtown spot like the D puts you right in the middle of the Fremont Street craziness. Now, what's really important here is this quote. It absolutely nails the value of a hotel like Mandalay Bay. Because it's on the far south end of the Strip, its prices stay in that mid-range. But the quality of the rooms, the restaurants, and, come on, one of the best pools in all of Vegas, it punches way above its price point. It's a huge insider tip for finding that luxury feel without the luxury price tag. All right, just like the hotels, the Vegas dining scene is going through a massive evolution. Now, while the classic all-you-can-eat buffet definitely still exists, the real energy and the new ideas are happening somewhere else. The city is really embracing these new, faster, and much more diverse ways to eat. The single biggest trend right now is the rise of the food hall. And you have to forget that old food court image of greasy chain restaurants. The new Vegas Food Hall is this curated collection of really high-quality, unique, fast casual spots that give you a ton of variety in one really fun social space. And they are popping up everywhere. The Venetian just opened its Via Via Food Hall, and it is buzzing right on the casino floor. The Miracle Mouse Shops has Miracle Eats now, and even the off-strip resorts like Durango are building their whole dining concept around places like the Eat Your Heart Out Food Hall. This is the new face of casual dining in Vegas. Another new trend is the limited-time pop-up restaurant, and it's all about the experience. A perfect example is Netflix Bites at the MGM Grand. It's a temporary spot that brings recipes from popular Netflix cooking shows to life. So it's less about being a long-term restaurant and more about being a short-term buzzworthy event. But it is so important to have realistic expectations. A review of that Netflix pop-up said that while the service and the atmosphere were fantastic, the food itself was kind of underwhelming. It's a great reminder that with these new, trendy concepts, you're often paying for the experience itself, and sometimes the hype can be a little bigger than the actual quality. All of this change, the construction, the new business models, it sparked some major conversations about the city itself. So let's zoom out a little and tackle the big questions that people are asking about Las Vegas right now. You've probably seen the headlines, right? Or the chatter on social media claiming that Vegas is dead. This whole narrative really comes from a recent dip in visitor numbers, but the reality is way more complicated than a simple headline. Let's actually look at the data. Yes, year-over-year visitation was down about 5% in April, but look closer. Overall hotel occupancy was still a super healthy 88.5%. And on the weekends, occupancy is actually higher than last year, consistently topping 90%. So while the weekday and convention traffic has softened up a bit, those weekend vacation crowds are stronger than ever. The city is far from dead. Its rhythm is just changing. And there is no debate bigger than the one around Formula One. The economic benefits, they're undeniable. A $1.5 billion impact and $77 million in tax revenue. But that comes at a massive cost of disruption. We're talking 3 months of road and sidewalk closures, blocked views, and major headaches for local businesses, and any tourist who isn't there for the race. It is the perfect example of the new Vegas prioritizing these huge, single events over the traditional, day-to-day visitor experience. So as these giant sports stadiums replace free sidewalk shows, and as high-ticket events totally reshape the calendar, it leaves us with one final and really critical question. As the city keeps tearing down its past to build this more expensive, more event-driven future, what exactly is the classic Las Vegas experience going to become?